are here for which women?
All women!
First Amendment rights and protest go hand in hand. In today's political climate, it's imperative that citizens know and understand their rights, especially regarding free speech.
I think there's a general awareness of like some of the more popular things, like, protesting and free speech is covered under the Constitution. I think so like rallies like this one, events and that sort of thing are pretty generally protected, but I think there's a lot more gray area when it comes to things like hosting events on campus with maybe like a controversial speaker. Like, is that protected, is that not? And there's a lot more discussion about that.
Education is under attack! What do we do?
We fight back!
The First Amendment to the United States Constitution actively prevents Congress from making any law that prohibits free exercise of speech, religion, the right to peaceful assembly, and the right to petition against government action. Today, college students and campus organizations constantly work within the sections of the First Amendment through the act of protest.
The whole point of the First Amendment was that the government can't silence you, that you can gather in groups however you want, and that you should be able to say when you're dissatisfied with what's going on. And right now, we're incredibly dissatisfied with things like the trans-military ban, with things like the proposed 20-week abortion ban, with the removal of the birth control mandate from the Affordable Care Act. And it is our right as students who are invested in these issues to voice and to gather together to do that.
In comparison to protest of the past, 1967 IU student body president Guy Loftman explains his sense of pride for politically involved students and youth.
I have full respect for the students of today and how they're responding to the challenges they face, which are radically different from the ones I faced and we faced in the 60s. So the issues weren't as aren't as blatant as they were, so it's harder to get people engaged.
We asked student activists about their rights and the importance of understanding their freedoms and limitations within protest.
Everybody should have a voice.
I think everyone should be able to state their views and state their opinions and defend their beliefs, especially on such important issues as this.
Students even voiced opinions about what people should be doing to exercise their rights, even if they face backlash.
I think people should be more open to opinions that are different than their own, and that includes administration, especially on a liberal campus like this one.
What we really need to look at is where the money is coming from and going. So I definitely support everybody's right to believe or say whatever they want, but I think the tricky part is figuring out who we're going to pay for what they say. So, like, is it okay for a university to pay someone who holds white supremacist beliefs to come and speak on campus? Is that the sort of thing that we want to be funding and that we want to be encouraging?
Ultimately, the responsibility relies on activists to continue to educate themselves and others through peaceful means to ensure the First Amendment can be applied with loyalty to the people and the Constitution.